It's really great to see Deepak Kapadia. I was like literally all smiles when I was watching Tenet. I don't need to have a reason why to be cast as Asian because whatever. So that shift needs to happen. I think that was there in yesterday. I was very thrilled about it. Also, personally, I feel when you're doing a film, I don't have to agree with the character. I mean, in this case, I do. But I'm saying in general, I can play a character that's completely opposite of what I believe in, as long as the film talks about something that I truly believe in.
Firstly, welcome to Pinkvilla to both Radhika and Sarah. It might sound cliched, but when you see the movie credits and you see something that's been produced, directed, written with the main leads being powerful women. So what I wanted to ask Sarah is, you spent years and, with extensive research to come, to write this film. So what was it about these women that, you were like, there has to be a film based on these three strong women?
They were civilians from all walks of life, diverse from different nationalities, and yet they united to resist a common evil. And I think that's a really timely theme right now. And when I dug into the research, the fact that no one had ever made a movie about them, it's a travesty, frankly, and I couldn't believe it. And that was really the aha moment that this story just has to be told now.
In a similar stance, we're so used to seeing men-centric World War films, or even if there are World War-centric films, it's a love story. But it's never about, how revolutionary women have been, or, those particular women who have had such an impact on history. Maybe in the recent past there was Hidden Figures, and in Bollywood there's probably Razi. So what I wanted to ask Radhika is, what is the sense of responsibility that you feel in saying a story which which is not a known story to a lot of people, for someone like a real life character like Noor?
I think it's a huge responsibility because, you have to always maintain that balance of maintaining their philosophy, their ideas, their thoughts, and never really sort of offending or crossing that line.
Yeah.
And yet finding your own ways of connecting with the character so that you can be true while you perform. So when you're portraying somebody else's life, you need to be honest. But of course, it's a performance. It's a piece of art. So you also have to take liberty in doing certain things that are not exactly authentic. So how to trade that, I think, is very important. But also personally, I feel when you're doing a film, I don't have to agree with the character. I mean, in this case, I do. But I'm saying in general, I can play a character that's completely opposite of what I believe in, as long as the film talks about something that I truly believe in. And I think this is one of the very few films that have been made, a film on war that doesn't talk about how unrealistic these war heroes were, or how nationalistic.
Sarah, what I wanted to ask you is, you had said previously that Radhika was the first choice to play Noor. So was there a particular project because she has a really amazing body of work at such a young age. So is there a particular project that you saw that, drew you to Radhika's body of work and wanting her in the film?
Absolutely. So for the role of Noor, it was just really important to me that we hired an authentic actress who would live up to Noor's legacy. And it actually came in the director process. I was interviewing directors, not just in the US, but in India. And one of the directors I was speaking with was Lena Yadav, who just for scheduling reasons, the conversations couldn't go very far. But in the course of speaking with Lena, I watched Parched, and then I spoke to Lena about Radhika, and I actually fell in love with that performance. And I think the reason is, with Radhika, it's such an honest performance, and there's never anything pushed, and there's a genuine, you feel for her characters, and you have to feel for Noor. You absolutely have to feel for Noor for this movie to be effective.
Okay, speaking of triple duty, Sarah, what I wanted to ask you is, there are a lot of actors who have, this saying that whichever character they play, even though they completely get rid of it, but there's always a part of that character that stays within you. So for you, when it comes to Virginia Hall, what is that part that will forever remain in your heart?
Well, there's actually a physical part. Virginia Hall had a wooden leg, and to play the character, I always had something on my leg, even if I was acting with Radhika and off camera, or acting with someone else and off camera, because to me it was a part of her, and I needed it to get into character. So after shooting, I ruptured my Achilles tendon on that leg because of it got weakened, and I had to have surgery and couldn't walk for an entire year.
What I wanted to ask Radhika as well is, with your performance and even recently with Tennant's Dimple Kapadia, I feel like we're seeing a shift in how Indian characters are being looked at in Hollywood. So what would you say about that paradigm shift and being a part of that paradigm shift?
Because it's too small right now to call it a shift. You need to have far many more to call it actual shift. I mean, yeah, it's good. I'm not discouraging. I'm not saying it's bad. I think it's great. And it's really great to see Dimple Kapadia. I was like literally all smiles when I was watching Tenet. But we need more such opportunities where, like I was just saying to somebody that Danny was yesterday. I was watching that film, and I think the best part for me, I mean, I was just extremely thrilled that the story was about a British boy, and that British guy happened to be of Asian origin for no other reason, and that
it was like it was forced, like it was a prop. It was like
that rarely happens. There's an Asian guy or a girl only if there's a reference to why they are Asian, right? He could have been anybody. And that's the world we live in. I mean, I don't have to, I can play a British woman or an American woman or any, whatever, South American, whatever it is. I'm saying, I don't need to have a reason to be cast as Asian because whatever. So that shift needs to happen. I think that was there in yesterday. I was very thrilled about it.